What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Team Chat Podcast, a video game show. I'm one of your hosts, Jerrett Wilson, joined to my right by Rachel Mogan.
You're not joined to your right by Rachel Mogan. Someone else was between us.
To my middle by Baby Willie.
By Willis.
And Baby Birdie over here. Oh, she's attacking my hand.
God.
She's brutal and violent.
She's a fierce beast.
She's fierce. She's fierce. But yes, we are here joined by Birdie and Willie today to talk to you about video games, the ones we love, the ones we hate, and everything in between. And you can listen to us do that on new episodes that come out, we shoot for every week, on podcast services around the World Wide Web, such as Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, and others. You can also find us on YouTube, where you can watch a video version of each episode over on our YouTube channel. Links for all that in the description below, where you can actually see these cute and sweet little pups and their cute and sweet little faces. But like I said, that's over on our YouTube channel. Links for all that are in the description below. You can also find us on social media at Facebook, Threads, and Instagram, as well as TikTok. You can find us also on Discord, where we have a lot of great conversation when we're not here recording the show. And finally, if you'd like to help make the show bigger and better, you can head over to patreon.com/Team Chat Podcast, just like Allison H, Fuchsia, Ark, Brandon W, Bro Mogan, Super Saiyan Ace, Eric L, although he changed his username lately. I need to change it. Super Saiyan did.
Yeah, it's Ace Jokai now.
That's right.
I think.
Yes, you're right. So Ace Jokai, Erica L, Elise F, Michael B, Michael S, Snooty Boots, Susan M, and Zach S have done. They have supported us over on Patreon for as little as $1 a month, and in return, we give them cool perks like getting the episodes early before their general weekly release, access to a private channel on our Discord server, the Rogues Gallery, as well as a patron exclusive show, Team Chit Chat, where Mogan and I just shoot the shit before we start recording that we share with all of you as a little bit more of a behind the scenes look, because we sometimes do like some episode planning, last minute stuff like that, talk about what we've been doing in our lives outside of playing video games.
In this case, a really long catch up.
Yes.
So this week's
is a
episode
nice,
is going to be really
beefy
long.
Team Chit Chat. But
did you forget?
I did. It's been a minute since we recorded, so I kind of just, the thoughts came in and the
you
thoughts left. But if
do
you
that.
can't do that, that's right. You can still support the show for free, such as telling your friends, writing us reviews, subscribing wherever you're listening to, and or watching the show. And that helps get the good word of Team Chat Podcast out there to the masses just as well as our Patreon.com as stuff. I'm sputtering getting there. It's a good effort. It's a good college try that we gave there. So we're just going to keep on going and hear about what's coming out soon in our moment with Moog. Oh my God, it's terrible.
God, Jerrett.
I'm doing so bad.
It's a shambles out here.
It is a shambles, but we are grateful and love each and every one of our viewers, listeners, and patrons alike. Heart emojis. I'll get it out there. I thought it started off well.
Goodness.
And I was kind of like, hell yeah. I still got it. Took 3 weeks off. It's no big deal.
It was a big deal.
It was a big deal.
Narrator voice, it was a big deal.
But bofore we get to the main topic of the day, let's get a little bit of news and what's coming out soon in our moment with Mogan.
We are going to backtrack just a little because not a ton came out in early October. So as of October 1st, Magical Delicacy is out now for PlayStation 5 and 4. Obviously, like today's topic is eventually going to be revealed, Ghost of Yotei is out now exclusively for PlayStation 5. Onirism, or Onirism, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, is out for PC. Super Mario Galaxy's port, along with Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2, are now available for the Switch and the Switch 2?
Oh, okay.
I can't remember if it's just the Switch 2 or if it's just the Switch. Anyways, some new version of Mario Galaxies 1 and 2 is out now. Unclear on where it's available. Willie, she got me. She got me on the ankles. My Achilles heel. Anyways, Digimon Storytime Stranger, I love the sound of that, is available now for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
What?
Willie.
You're fine.
I just want to hear what's coming out soon, Papa.
Goodness.
What's coming out soon?
Goodness. Oh,
Hey, Mogan, tell me what's coming out soon.
Ew.
Tell me what's coming out soon.
Okay,
I wanna
anyways. Finding Paradise is out now for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One. Battle Suit Aces is out now for PS5, Switch, and PC. King of Meat is out now. I just love the name.
I love that. That's a good title.
King of Meat is out now for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Sopa, Tale of the Stolen Potato. 2 good names in a row. That's out for Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC. Kingmakers is an early access on PC as of yesterday. Sorry, we're recording on a weird day. King Absolum is out now for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC. By Sweet Carol is out for PS5, PS5, Xbox Series X, S, Switch, and PC, Lapin, or Lapin? I want to say it really French, so I'm going to say Lapin. Anyways, that's out for PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. Don't know what it's about, but I love the snappy name. We Were Here Together is out now for Switch. It sounds sad. I don't even want to think about what that might imply. The Yooka-Laylee replay, aptly called the Yuka Replayly, which I love. That's such a fun name.
Banger for names.
Yeah, banger for names. This one is a remaster of Yooka-Laylee for modern consoles. That's available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, Switch 2, and PC. Love to see Yooka-Laylee getting a nice port to all major consoles.
I do love that too, but also I'm like, Yooka-Laylee's come around in the last 10 years. This makes me feel old.
Yeah,
We're already getting like remastered ports. Although I guess that's not the first time that this has happened. It just feels different because I remember Yooka-Laylee coming out.
Yeah, and then unclear on exactly whether this will be today or not, but maybe out now, maybe not, Battlefield 6 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, and PC. It's going to be an immediate boo from me, but I understand that some other people might be interested. Disgaea 7 Complete is also maybe out now, depends on the day, for Switch 2. Dreams of Another is out for PlayStation 5, PlayStation VR 2, and PC. Ooh, and then just in time for the season, actually 2 just in times for the season. The Little Nightmares Enhanced Edition is out now for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, Switch 2, and PC. And then Little Nightmares 3, that's the new one.
Oh, okay.
So not a remaster. That one is coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, Switch 2, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Basically everything except mobile. Good for them.
Nice.
We also have Pixel Junk Eden 2 for PS5, PS4, and PC. Snoopy and the Great Mystery Club.
That sounds like a game for Nancy Drew to play.
It's not. If you think Nancy Drew players and Snoopy enthusiasts have an overlap in the Venn diagram, you are so wrong.
Okay.
I'm not even going to tell you what it's out for because I don't want to promote it. And then coming out next week, we've got Just Dance 2026 edition. That's for all major consoles, including Switch 2 and Switch. We also have NASCAR 25. That's the game I've been waiting for all year.
In your...
That's for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S only. I don't know what it is, but I like the sound of it. We have Ball X Pit. So that's coming out for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, Switch, and PC. I don't know what this game is about. I like to imagine that you are the ball pit cleaner for like a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, like Discovery Zone kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a power wash simulator sort of deal.
Ooh.
And then coming into next week, we also have Hitman Absolution for iOS and Android. And that more or less gets us through next week. Oh, except for 2 others that I do want to give a quick promo to. Pokemon Legends ZNA, that's coming out for Switch 2 and Switch. I am personally not interested, but I know many people that are. More importantly, I actually forgot it was coming out so soon. Keeper. That adorable lighthouse game where you're like a sentient lighthouse. It looked amazing. I was actually really hyped about that one. You like
travel across the land, like have like little feet
and you have like a little pelican buddy that helps you out. It looks adorable. Anyways, that is coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on October 17th. I'm actually pretty hyped about that. That might be a day one get for me.
Hell yeah.
It looks super cute, heavily dependent on my Silksong progress.
How far are you in the old Silksong?
Fucking hours-wise?
Yeah.
Fucking far. I'm like 70-plus hours in. But I have been hard stuck on a fight for like over a week now.
Oh, damn.
So I've been going and doing other like little optional shit, but also I keep going back to see like maybe this time I'll get them.
Maybe it'll be different.
I'll get them.
Not different.
I got the closest I got today, right before we recorded, and then I died.
I'm sorry.
And I wanted to kill myself, so I stopped playing.
I also have been hard stuck on. I mean, granted, too, I was trying to finish up Clair Obscur, and then obviously doing Ghost of Yotei stuff when it came out. But yeah, I have been hard stuck. I'm hard stuck early. I know I posted in the Discord, but I'm still on the lace fight.
So,
buddy,
I don't want to like rain on your parade.
No, I'm already telling myself if I'm having this much trouble with lace, I'm not going to have a good time with the rest of the game.
Honestly, I think you're not. It is actually there have been a number of fights, including the one I'm currently stuck on, where I am straight up not having a good time.
Oh no!
So we will eventually.
Even you are kind of being like, oh fuck this noise. I mean, it's too hard.
And it's not even that it's too hard. It's the style of fight that it is that I think makes it. It's because there's a difference between difficulty and fun. Like sometimes sometimes those things go hand in hand.
Yes.
Sometimes they don't. I think the designs of certain fights for me are what I would consider to be a capital N, capital F, not fun. So there's a lot
like
of
with
stuff.
a lot of like randomness. That's mine. That it's like, and I remember that with some of the bosses of Blasphemous too, where it was like they just have like sometimes like it's either projectiles they shoot or whatever they do, but it's just random bullshit with no rhyme or reason to it.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of stuff that I'm where I'm like, how am I supposed to do anything with this if I can't even like figure out the path?
I would describe the lace fight as being fun and fair because I think that once you get the hang of it, that fight is actually really fun. There are a number of fights in Silk Song that I thought were fun and fair. Even if they were really difficult and I died many, many times, when I did eventually beat the boss, I had that feeling of, I've done it. I've succeeded. Not because of random chance, but because I did it with my own
skill,
grit.
damn it.
By my bootstraps, I have raised myself up in this game. And then there are other fights where I'm like, I just have to pray to RNGesus that I just somehow managed to make it through. And those are the fights where I'm not having fun. So we'll talk about it more when we eventually do a Silk Song final review. I do think I have the skills to finish the game. It's just a matter of,
do you have the fortitude, the mental fortitude?
Do I have the mental fortitude? Which I think I do because I keep getting closer. Like, I almost beat that fight today.
And you keep getting those little bits of like glimpses of hope, and you're just like, oh man.
Like, it's there. Like, I'm seeing the Matrix. I can bend the spoon with my mind.
That was honestly me with the last, it's quasi-clear obscure spoiler.
Do you want me to beat Lace for you after this?
Maybe.
Do you want a big brother hand me the controller?
I'll give it a shot because it's also been, I haven't given it another solid try yet in a while, and I need to like sit down maybe this weekend. I'll try to do that and give it another shot because once I get past Lace, I know I'll be like, okay, cool, let's go and like explore some new shit, see what's up. I also think I'm getting like this close, but it's sometimes like there. I would be playing Clear Obscure, finish and be like, okay, let me try Silk Song and like play it like 5-10 minutes. So it hasn't been a ton of time put into it lately. So I need to give it another shot.
Well, the good news is that Silk Song actually is much more so than Clair Obscur. Silk Song is easy to do in short bursts.
Yeah.
So if you only have a few minutes for it,
it's easier to do that. Whereas Clair Obscur it would definitely be like, do I have time to take this 30-minute fight right now? I guess so. I'll try.
I always have time. Oh, speaking of, in a bit of news, we've already done the games that are coming out. So in news, the Sandfall Interactive, the makers of Clair Obscur, they did confirm that they are planning DLC for fingers crossed next year. They just said it was under development. Unclear on when it's actually going to come out, but they released a couple of little teaser images to go along with that, and they said that there's going to be a new dungeon, new boss fights, which I think are going to be of the post-game challenging variety. So it's going to be for the players that fought all the optional bosses that were really hard.
I did not do that.
I also didn't do that. So,
more to explore later, I guess.
But it seems like it's going to be really Esquier-centric.
I do love that.
So there's just no choice. You simply must do it, mon ami. You gotta do it. So who knows when that'll come out, but I'm very happy to see that it is going to be a free update, and honestly, they should charge another game's worth because they deserve the money.
Watch it be another game's worth of DLC.
I also think that maybe the sales numbers recently came out that Clair Obscur has by now sold just over 5 million total copies.
Fucking A, that's awesome.
And then Silk Song crossed the 6 million copy line. So indie games are crushing the competition.
I know there have been a lot of great games and stuff coming out this year, but if the game of the year is not between Clair and Silk Song and like something else comes out of nowhere and beats it, it's going to be like rigged.
Rigged. Hashtag rigged.
Like
literally rigged. Absolutely
because how
rigged.
do you beat the impact?
You don't.
That Claire has had on the gaming
You
world.
cannot do it. So what I want to see at the Game Awards this year, this is so off topic, but I want to see Clair Obscur get Game of the Year. Yep. I can say that with confidence now that I'm almost to the point of beating Silk Song, but I want to see Silk Song win Soundtrack of the Year.
Oh, that good?
Because I think Silk Song's soundtrack, it's really hard, it's a matter of taste because I think Clair Obscur's soundtrack is objectively incredible, but so is Silk Song's. And I like Silk Songs just objectively a little bit more. So.
Yeah. Silk Song, it's a little bit easier to put that on as like background chill music. Whereas Claire is a little bit more like the heavy symphony, like with like a lot of like big, strong, powerful vocals a lot of the time. It has a little bit more action packed behind it.
And
so songs a little more chill.
Also, a lot of the songs in Clear Obscure make you sad.
Yeah.
Some of them are
You
sad.
gotta listen to French singing and you're just like, why my ears? No, I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, a lot of good stuff coming up there. That is super exciting to see that we are going to get the DLC. And since we are talking about it, and it's obvious that I have finished. If you haven't seen the Discord, I did actually finish it, finally, Clear Obscure. So we will be doing our wrap-up final review of Clear Obscure coming up soon. We just wanted to be able to capitalize on the release of Ghost of Yotei and all that stuff. So that's why we didn't come back with our Clear Obscure review. But that is coming soon.
Speaking of which,
Ghost of Yotei came out here only about a week ago. Yeah, exactly a week ago as of this recording on October 2nd. Hello, Willie. She came in here for the important parts. I got your nose. I got your nose. Leave us alone while we record. I got your nose.
dogs.
Oh, sweet baby.
Dog noises.
But yes, I've been playing Ghost of Yotei, and I've been anxiously awaiting it since, like I beat Ghost of Tsushima a couple years ago and all that stuff. And pretty much after beating that and then seeing Ghost of Yotei, I was like, can't wait. And the nice thing about it is it's a sequel, but it is also completely separate. If you wanted to play Ghost of Tsushima or Ghost of Yotei without playing Tsushima, you can do that. You're not going to have an issue with like story beats because Ghost of Yotei takes place a couple hundred years after the events of Tsushima. So it is completely separate.
I actually kind of didn't know that. I thought it was just a different region of like feudal Japan.
Oh, no,
I
no,
didn't
no.
realize it was different timelines.
Different timeline because now in this one, it's the beginning of the like there is some like early firearms like muskets, pistols, stuff like that.
It's early industrial age.
Yes. So it's a little bit that it honestly kind of feels both because of the main character, but then also like time period setting, a little close to Blue Eye Samurai.
I was going to say, for the true nerds among us, the ones that grew up in the nerd times, it sounds like Rurouni Kenshin, a show I'm sure you don't know, but
I don't.
The real ones
But the
will
real
know.
ones apparently. But yeah, I thought it was very much like kind of gave that same kind of vibe. Like there's this, obviously it's like there's been some outside worldly influences into the Japan and stuff like that you're starting to face against a little bit. But Ghost of Yotei, you play as Atsu, who is a young woman played by Erika Aishi.
Willie.
Or Aishi. And she has done some voices in Apex Legends and a few other video game roles, and I think some movies and TV stuff as well. Willie, what are you doing with that? You don't need Sharky in here. He's making too much noise. Oh my god.
Were you going to tell me that Erika Ishii is hot?
Yeah, she is.
Oh my
let's get into that
god.
part.
What a babe. Damn.
So she is the main
Is
character.
she single?
I mean, maybe. I don't
She
know,
can't
actually.
be. A catch like this?
can't
No
be.
way. Not a chance.
But anyway, so you play as Atsu, who is this young woman who is more of a Ronin character, really. Like her father was a sword maker, but this takes place in northern Japan. And basically, she is hunting down the Yotei Six. Is basically who these are. This other group of like Ronin or like false, like a leader who has like pushed himself into this area of Japan, basically to like kind of like force himself as a leader, but isn't necessarily. You get the idea of like noble line.
So kind of like, this is not really a one-for-one, but kind of like a crime family.
Kind of, and just as kind of like.
Where there's like the one big crime boss and then he's got a bunch of little minions.
Yes, and you're
Gotcha.
kind of like, so the point is they came in, your father, at some point in the story where I'm at in the opening, and again, I'm going to try to keep this fairly spoiler-free and all that stuff, but your father was a swordsmaker and had some past affiliation with the Yotei Six, or at least the leader of the Yotei Six. And there's this one flashback near the beginning, because, Ghost of Tsushima and Yotei, it is interesting in just trying to see how the stories present themselves so differently. Because Ghost of Tsushima is a tale of like revenge for the soul of Japan, where it's like the Mongol invasion is happening. You're fighting off Kublai Khan and his invasion forces. You're trying to stick to the old honor-bound and traditionary ways of the samurai, like facing them in like open, fair combat. That's part of the thing of that game. You had to
The Bushido way.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all very
it's like,
honor-based.
do you want to do honor bullfighting, or are you going to like allow yourself to actually maybe win this fight and do some like assassinations and be a little bit more in the shadows? And that's
Chad,
all
should
against
we
like
do honor or should we win?
exactly, and that's what it is. But like you've got your uncle in Tsushima, like who's this a powerful lord and everything, that telling you like, no, you got to stay honorable, you got to stay honorable. But like Jin, like having that internal struggle about what he's supposed to do to save his country, to save his home.
Jin, do the American thing. Win. Any cost.
But this one is interesting because it is just purely a straight revenge tale. Because
Love that for. Wait, what is it? I support women's crimes.
because that's basically what this game be. So the Yotei 6 at the beginning, you see like kill your family and try to kill you. I mean, like this is like light spoilery territory because like the leader of the Yotei 6 stabs you, Atsu, through the chest, like as a child, like right here, like where your heart should be. Like,
and she doesn't
stabs you
have
through
one
because she is imbued with the spirit of the Onyo, of the I think that's what it's called, the Onyo, not Oni. But it's basically just like a spirit of vengeance.
Oh,
and so she then spends the next.
Speaking of spirit of vengeance,
Yeah, she's needing something. What
here's
do
a
you need,
spirit
pup?
of vengeance.
Basically spends the next 16 years training herself for nothing but combat and going to fight the Yotei 6. She must need outside or something. You need outside. Do you need to go outside? Yeah, I think so. Okay, let me finish this sentence. Let me finish this sentence. So you basically, the Yotei 6 come back. You spend the next kill your family. You spend the next 16 years basically just becoming a battle-hardened machine, just ready to fuck up shit. Because your whole life goal, and Atsu says this at the beginning of the game, is basically, I'm going to kill all the Yotei 6, and then once that's done, my life's goal is fulfilled, and I'm probably going to kill myself.
Oh, God.
Like, it really is that much, just like, this is her goal in life. And so it's very much a different thing, because that's her goal. She doesn't have any of this, like the honor bound. I mean, she does have a code. She has a moral, ethics, and, is on the right side of things, character-wise, but still, like, she does not give a flying fuck about, like, the honor of it.
Well,
like, one of the first things you can do is, like, try to, like, take somebody out from the shadows, and you're just like, oh, shit, okay. So we are totally abandoning that from Tsushima.
I mean, it's also pretty different from Tsushima because I played just enough of Tsushima to know that Jin has people that rely on him. Like,
Yes.
he's sort of the head of a fairly, maybe not a noble family, or are they actually nobility?
They were nobility.
They were nobility.
Yeah, the Sakai clan.
So
and stuff
he's
like
got
that.
like a lot of people that are relying on him to lead them
Yeah.
now that his father is passed. So
Yeah, so
very
as
different.
as Atsu, it's very much just like your father was a well-known sword maker, sword craftsman and stuff like that, but like you were not nobility. And so it's very much a different setting, different feel to it and everything like that. And then just also like you're already like feeling these different stakes. Before it was like, yes, saving the soul of Japan. Now it's just kind of like saving your own, but also getting revenge. And so far, it's been fantastic. What are the differences other than like the story beats, obviously, of Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yotei? The big stuff that I found out so far different is the combat does feel harder. Like,
Really?
Which
oh no, it's Silk Song again.
yeah, kind of. I'm like, damn it, I kind of wanted an easy break here somewhere, but no, the combat is actually very difficult. Has a few more things thrown into it to give it a little bit more spice than even in what Tsushima was. And there's going to be differences because Tsushima, you had different stances basically, or forms for your katana. So you would have, you had 4 different that you could choose from, and you would switch depending on what type of like enemy you were going to be fighting or going up against. Yotei, you have different just straight up weapons. So you'll learn those slowly over time. So the first
Do
one
you
you
have kunai with chain?
get, yes.
Oh my god.
You do
The
get kunai with
meme
chain.
lives.
You get a yumi, a spear. You get dual katana, and then just normal katana. And there might be some other stuff too that I don't know about yet. But I haven't even got all those. I just know that from like trailers and promo stuff.
okay.
And my buddy Zach at work, he's been playing it too. And like so we've been comparing notes back and forth because oh man, it's just a good time so far. So that immediately is different, but it still holds a lot of the things from the first game that kind of like sticks true. So you see the like influences where like birds will lead you to shrines, and it's all still very nature based like
so
that.
instead of the wind, it's birds.
It is It is still the wind for like your normal like objective markers, and just like you like go this way. You just swipe up on the touchpad, and it like the wind gusts appear and stuff and show you the right way to go.
Gotcha.
But there are also like shrines, bamboo strike stands that you can like practice cutting to get additional skill points and stuff like that for your various skills. And so birds will lead you to those. There'll be like fox stands. So you could follow foxes around and stuff like that.
The foxes.
In fact, I did find a bamboo stand next to a fox den, and they watch you do the bamboo stuff. And whenever you cut the bamboo strikes it perfectly and everything, they do the little.
Oh, they do pitter pat.
Yeah, they do little pitter pats and go like, ah, like that at you. It's so cute.
That's cute.
So it's really fun to see that because it's nice. Like I was talking about this with my buddy Zach. That it's just like a common issue with me, and I've talked about it too, is that bigger open world games with less direction, I get lost in.
Yes.
A la your Tears, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. I almost said Tears of the Wild, and I was like,
You
that's
would
not
have been
correct.
right. I would have accepted it.
Okay, cool. I just get lost. This is that same way. There's not like you have objective markers and areas on your map. You can look at your map, but in the actual like HUD, there's not like a compass. There's not anything like that. But because
Which
it has
I
the
love.
wind,
Yes.
it makes it like it's such a simple way to like get around that problem, but also make it feel so much more immersive. It's wonderful.
Ubisoft could never. They need to take notes. There are, in fact, other ways of doing the HUD.
But what's also nice too is, you learn these in the first game. You would learn these different forms. This game, you're learning different weapons. So the first one that I learned was the dual katana, and you meet this master of fighting of the dual katana, and he trains you basically. But it's interesting because it's fun that the game actually like has a system built into it when you're training to learn the dual katana to show you actually like having to overcome the difficulty. Because for instance, it starts and he's like, all right, well, obviously you use your right. So you need to get your left hand up to strength with your right hand. So I want you to use only your left arm to strike these bamboo poles. And I'm like, okay, well, that's going to be no big deal. It's just like how it normally does. But it makes the combinations way harder. Normally when you do it, it's like triangle, square, and you'll cut through like 3. Then you'll do like triangle, square, triangle, circle. And you'll cut through 4. And then it like updates like that. But it's still a fairly easy sequence of buttons to push.
Easy Tekken sequences.
Exactly.
Got it.
This, when you're trying to learn the left hand, it's like L1 down on the directional keypad and left click. So you're having to use like both hands awkwardly to like hit these
That's
at first.
really fun.
But then
I like that.
you go like the next day, you come back to learn more, and and it's like a longer sequence, slightly easier, but still like weird things.
Cool.
Then you finally get it and like master it, and the combo is just up, down, up, left, down, right, up, left, down, right, like in a circle on the directional pad. Super easy sequence to hit, right?
That is such a clever use of like foreign feeling tactile gameplay.
Yes.
I am obsessed with that. What a
I,
fun
like,
idea.
Really love that. Like it happened in the thing, and I was like, wow, you don't see this where it's like here they show you the concept and you're like, sure, I've played a game before. Done. Did the thing.
I know how to do square circle.
Exactly. So I love that it kind of turned that on its head where it's like, no, you kind of, because like I was like, wait, how does it expect me to do this and like hold my hands right to even hit these buttons in the timing that you need? Because you need to have a pretty quick timing to be able to like get a perfect strike. So being able to work on that and get all that, I was like, man, I cannot think of the last time in a video game where it was like, you don't know how to do this, your character is not skilled, so it's going to translate into actual gameplay. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
So that was really fun to see. It also has, which I get because it's a PlayStation exclusive, first party game. It really plays more into the touchpad than previous games had, which you really don't see. Like the last game I remember having this much interaction with like the touchpad was Astrobot.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think Willie just turned on my PS5. I thought I just heard the beep.
She wants to play.
She does want to play.
She
She's
wants
just
to
hearing
get
these
at
games.
Ghost of Yotei.
She's at the point in the night where she's already very annoyed that we're sitting in here not paying attention to her, and she's just starting to fuck with shit.
I tell Jerrett every day, you don't beat that dog enough,
She's
and
too
he just
sweet.
doesn't
Haven't you
listen
seen
to
her
me.
cute, sweet face? How could anyone?
I beat my cats every day.
And that's why while you were gone, they texted me and said, let us come live with you while she's gone. Come get us quickly.
And you didn't, so you clearly don't care for them.
I was out of minutes on my cell phone. I had reached my text limit. They didn't know. But anyway, so it's very cool to like see that actual like character progression and skill. Oh, but also with the touchpad, that's what I was saying too, is so like, it is quasi just kind of like kitschy stuff that doesn't have like huge impact on the game, but it's still just like little moments you're like, oh, it's cool, they're actually using this feature.
I don't mind when they do stuff like that because it's like, well, if you're not going to use it, why would you put it on the game thing?
Yeah. Well, and because it used to be like, so like it was for a little bit. I remember on the PS4, they were like, you can use the touchpad to write. And it's like, no, fuck that. Who's going to use like thumb select the letters and stuff on the screen? No, I'm not going to do that. But the uses for it were not that many. But this game, like I said, some of it's a little kitschy. Some of it is actual like things. Like you swipe up on the touchpad to like have the wind gusts. You swipe to the right, and like after you're done combat, Atsu will like clean off her blade and resheath it in a very stylized manner.
What a cool guy. Doesn't look at explosions.
Right?
Sick.
It's really cool. Swiping down, you do a bow, which like to activate shrines and places of reflection and stuff like that. I don't remember what swiping left does. But still, it still has those uses in game. But there are other parts in the game where it'll be like, use the touchpad to write characters, Japanese characters and stuff like that. Like at the beginning of the game, again, another slight spoiler thing, but Atsu is writing the names of the Yotei 6 onto a sash for her to like mark off as she kills them. So you basically then like trace the characters on the touchpad.
That's cool.
And Atsu writes them. And it's
I
kind of
like that.
That's cool.
That's
like,
awesome.
Little bits like that have like really add to that immersion factor. And I like that.
And now that I've done precisely one calligraphy workshop in Japan, I'm a professional calligraphy expert.
Perfect. See, so you can weigh in
so
on
I
this
can judge the
and
quality
be
of
like,
her
oh,
work.
your writing is top notch. Thank you. Let's see. What else? The vibration effects in the controller. I know I'm actually talking about the controller a lot, but it's just cool. Are very precise, and you get like very accurate vibrations reflection to what's on screen, like sword hits, horses running and galloping.
Ooh, I like
just
that.
random like background noise. You'll sometimes like feel a little light vibration in the controller. Just more things like
when
make
the foxes
it feel,
do the pitter patter? Oh,
when the foxes do the
10
pitter-patter.
out of 10.
And so it's just kind of like you get all these little like it just really is doing a really good job of immersing you into it through both feel, like actual tactile feel with like the controller, the vibrations and all that stuff, but then also with just the low immersion breaking effects of like having the wind, the no HUD, and all this other stuff.
have you been playing it with headphones on?
I have not yet. I will probably do that a little bit this weekend. I just haven't had a chance to do it. Being a
I just wanted to
headphoneless
know if it
environment.
was like one of those games where it's better with headphones because
I mean,
it
I'm
feels more
sure it
immersive.
is.
Maybe.
Because like it even also has like sound effects coming out of this controller and everything too. So yeah, I'm sure like having that all up in your ears directly through headphone would be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Let's see. Like I was saying, the combat is more difficult. And obviously, like you're working in all these different weapon types and stuff, which have their own uses and stances and stuff like that. But it also has some interesting stuff, a little bit of Dark Soulsy stuff in there, where you can just like hold the L1 for blocking, but you can also do parries. There are certain which, I mean, obviously, I would hope you could do parries in this game.
I was
Good
going to
God.
ask about that because they were such a big deal in Tsushima.
Yeah.
And I was
so
not good at them.
Same. But now it added in a little thing where certain enemies will have multi-parries. You have to parry, which I'm like, thank God I just came off of Clear Obscure, because it is sometimes like 4 or 5 perfect parries before it breaks their attack, and then you can actually get some hits in.
That is super fun. Like you're prepared.
I literally
Claire
did.
Obscure helped you.
Yeah, I am fully prepared for what this game's throwing at me
Awesome.
with that sense. But it changes depending on what types of things are attacking you. So there will be like blue light attacks, like indicated on the attack, and those you can parry. Then there's the red ones which you have to dodge. But then certain enemies will also hit you with a yellow disarming attack, where if they hit you with it, you lose your sword. And you have to go pick it up off the ground and to resume the fight. But you can also, so then you have to be like fighting multiple people. You'll see the glint of yellow. So you're like, oh, somebody's about to do a disarming attack. You have to do like the standoff, like sheath sword thing. And as they come at you, you have to block that to in turn like try to disarm them or disrupt that attack. So there's lots of things happening. Of course, there are also like archers shooting at you and stuff like that. So you got to dodge all this. And most of the time it's 1v5, v6 kind of stuff with reinforcements coming. So
you never get any help in these games.
You don't. The combat is actually in this one you kind of do, because you do have a wolf companion.
Oh, I remember this from the trailer.
I haven't fully discovered why this wolf is your companion, but they have come in handy and like saved me a couple times. So
Does
it's
the
pretty
wolf
nice.
have a predetermined name, or do you name the wolf?
I haven't named the wolf yet.
What are you gonna name him?
I don't know yet. It hasn't given me options.
Them.
She, I believe.
She.
I think it's a mama
A
wolf.
she-wolf. Nice.
Mama wolf.
In that case, Shakira.
Yes.
That is a callback to her famous song "She-Wolf."
Oh, perfect.
Nobody
No, I'm
understands
sorry.
my
I
humor
didn't listen
here.
to Shakira. The only thing I know about Shakira is that her hips don't lie.
Well,
But-
"She-Wolf" is one of her most underrated songs, so everybody go listen to "She-Wolf"
Okay,
by
after
Shakira.
homework for this week, don't go play Ghost of Yotei.
Just
Listen
go
to She-Wolf by Shakira. Willie, this is sake. You cannot have this. You sweet little baby.
She says, "But father."
You're not old enough to drink.
Yes, I am, Papa.
But anyway, so the whole thing with this game, those are kind of like the mechanical things and everything that stick out so far as being different or similar, but like with the new flair added from this game. But honestly, it does still have. No, sorry. I was gonna kind of like go into rabbit hole, but then I remember this stuff that like I also like little mechanical things it does, such as like fast travel. You can go back to to like the first town that you go to and everything. You can fast travel back to it or back to your homestead whenever you want.
So you sort of have like an HQ for your character.
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's really nice because it's kind of like you're halfway across the map. You're like, crap, need to go get an upgrade for my bow. But so you can actually go to the map, go to the town, and then it'll have like an extra pop-up by hitting triangle that will show you the different like places you can visit in the town and which ones have things available for you to visit, and you can select it and go straight to that place.
That's nice.
So you like say, oh, I need to upgrade my bow. I'm going to go to the bowyer in this town. Ron is her name. And you just pick her. It'll say like 4 or 3 things available for you to do. And you just hit it and you blows right in standing in front of her.
I love that. More games
Now,
should
granted,
do that.
I haven't experimented around with it enough if you can get back to where you were quickly.
Oh, good question.
But because like I'm still relatively in the same area, I have not made it very far in the story, I will say.
I was going to ask how many hours you think you've got in it.
I think around 10. Which is
But
not as many as I would have liked,
story-wise-
but story-wise, I bet we have only done like 2 hours.
Gotcha.
2-3 hours of the actual story because this game is
It's hard?
no.
Oh.
It's so. I mean, yes, the
Oh,
combat
it's
is
just
difficult.
so there's so much to
There's so much to
explore.
do, like so much dicking around. There's cooking in this one. You can like cook fish over the fire. You can cook mushrooms over the fire to get various like perks and stuff like that. It honestly not to the same level, but the level of like minutia that you can do throughout the day in some places, such as like cooking fish, various different things, is quasi Red Dead level. Like just in the amount of like, oh, I don't have to be cooking this fish right now, but I do. And it allows us a little bit for, again, getting some tactile feedback of like feeling the fish cooking on the fire in the control and like having to flip it in the right time. There's even when you go do sword upgrades at your forge, your father's forge back at your old home, you'll sometimes have like a flashback. And he'll be explaining he was a sword maker, so he's explaining some type of swordsmanship crafting to you. And you're hammering out steel on the forge as you're doing it with the controller, but going like bam, bam.
Oh,
bam,
I love that.
bam, timed with everything. So it's not just like you're doing these things to do them. They're like giving you these activities while it's giving you story information or while it's filling you in on past events.
That is a really good use of narrative. And I feel like a lot of games don't give you that same like quality of narrative contribution. So that's really nice to hear.
Yeah. So,
Is Ghost of Yotei the same director of Ghost of Tsushima?
good question.
I'll look it up.
I'm
You keep
not
talking.
honestly sure. But yeah, so I love that it's, there's just all these advances. It definitely feels, if you've played the first Ghost of Tsushima game, that you're going, like, it will feel like a spiritual successor. You're like, cool, this feels like it, this plays like it. But there's just so far enough new things to make the old stuff feel like to be reminiscent of the old stuff, but also be like, man, there's a ton of new here. And I feel like Ghost of Yotei is going to have a ton of just surprises along the way. My buddy Zach, he's farther along with me in the story. In fact, he's telling me he's actually planning, like his plan is to go and level up like everything before he even does the story.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
like
crazy.
as much as he can. And I was like, damn, dude.
That feels like the wrong approach.
That's what he wants to do. I'm like, all right, I'll see how this
Okay.
plays out. But yeah, I'm basically just like setting my map objective for the next, story beat, and then I just do everything side activity along the way up there that I run into, and you just run into so much stuff. Roving bands of the Yotei 6's men,
Minions.
Ronin, who are hunting you down because, of course, the leader of the Yotei 6 put a bounty on your head when he figures out you're coming for him. So you'll come across like other bounty hunters, captured settlers, like just various people in distress, things to steal, things to save. There's just so many things happening in this world, and you'll also have to like get hints and clues and interrogate some people hunting you down or like that you beat to get clues on where the other members of the Yotei 6 are.
Do you interrogate them and then kill them?
So far, whenever they're like, please don't kill me, I have information, you're like, what you got to say? And then you let them go.
And
I've tried
you let 'em go.
I've tried to shoot after him with my bow. I'm thinking of specifically this one dude is just like, she's like, go, you tell them over something, I'm coming. And then he runs off and it immediately just reminded that thing from the beginning of Mulan where he's like, how many men does it take to deliver a message? Just one. I tried to do that and it didn't work out.
What a sick line.
I know. I remember watching that as a kid and just being
Oh my God.
damn, he's hardcore.
It is the same two directors, Nate Fox and Jason Connell.
Very cool.
Same ones
very
for
cool.
both games.
So you definitely feel those influences. That stuff is carried over. The vision is there, and like the core stuff is all there. Like I said, I'm very early on in the story, but so far how it kicks it off, and especially even sets up like this. There's still a lot of mystery to the conflict between Atsu and the Yotei Six. Why was her father engaged with them? Was he just like running with them and then was like, you know what? No, this life of crime is not the way for me, and I will just want peace. Maybe, but it's still very exciting to see what this all could be and to how this all is going to form out. But so far, it's just been a hell of a good time.
You can correct me if I'm wrong right off the bat, but one of my off-the-cuff predictions, having not seen most of the trailers and also not played the game, one of the Yotei Six is actually Atsu's real mother.
Ooh.
I think I'm right. So we'll see.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, you also, speaking of mothers, you also play the shamisen and stuff.
Oh, the shamisen.
Shamisen, thank you. And so like your mother in like flashbacks teaches you how to play. So
Your
you can like
adoptive
learn
mother. Your
so you learn other
stepmother.
songs, and you can like there's of course a trophy for collecting all the songs that you can learn across Japan and stuff like that. There will be also the Legends multiplayer mode coming to this as well.
Oh, yes, we
but
know
it's
about
just
that.
not here at launch yet. Which I mean, obviously, I've got plenty of time to spend in the game itself. Like I'm not going to run out of things to do
Also,
there.
I feel like everybody that was really interested in Ghost of Yotei as a game was not like lining up for the multiplayer.
Well, yeah, because
it might be
the
fun, but I
multiplayer
don't
for-
think that's why people bought the game.
Yeah, then the multiplayer for Tsushima came way later after it was out too. So it's not like even people bought that game because they're like, oh, the multiplayer looks sick. That came later. Then everybody was like, oh shit, this multiplayer is really good.
Yeah.
So, there seems to be a lot of stuff. It is interesting already in the amount of like dicking around that I've already done. Because like Ghost of Tsushima, I blazed through that game. Like I want to say,
remember you saying you started it and then I felt like a week passed and you had finished it. And I was like, oh my God.
I feel like I was trying to finish it in time for maybe Jedi Survivor, but still, I beat that game in like 35 hours.
Yeah.
Like super fast,
Oh
which
my God.
never happens for like a big open world game
That's
like that
a
for me.
Dishonored 1.
Yeah. And so, but now this time I can already tell just in the amount of dicking around I'm doing, I'm going to be a lot more hours in this game.
Nice.
So I'll be busy on this one for a while. But so far, yes, consistently keeps up the great effects, the great feeling, great combat, all that stuff of the first game. So far, of what I've seen of the story, also is on par, and I'm enjoying the different direction, not just being like, another force is invading Japan, you have to fight them off. It's a little bit more of like a personal homegrown threat, kind of, so I like that. And then, yeah, so far, music's been fantastic as well. It does have also different modes. Like remember, Ghost of Tsushima could have Kurosawa mode where you would turn it on. It would have like it was black and white, some heightened other visual effects. There are a couple other modes for this too. Mike is one where it was just like it adds a lot more mud effects and like blood and like harsher color contrast.
The thing I've always been clamoring for in my games, more mud.
Well, I mean, honestly, I liked it at first until I was running through a big field of tall grass and mud was kicking up at my
Oh
feet
my
as I
God.
was going by. I was like, this doesn't make sense.
That would infuriate me.
So I changed off of that one. But then there's also another one that is Samurai Champloo mode.
Oh, Samurai Champloo mode,
Yeah.
which means lo-fi hip-hop beats.
Exactly. So it actually replaces the music with lo-fi version of the soundtrack.
So if you're not familiar, the legendary producer / composer behind the Samurai Champloo specifically is New Jabes. Tragically passed away, I want to say, of either illness or a car accident.
Oh my.
Actually kind of a while ago now, but everybody was very sad when he passed.
But yeah. So it's got
legend.
those three modes. They're pretty cool and they're fun to mess around with, but I definitely don't want my whole game experience that way. I tried with Kurosawa mode because that just feels like that would be really cool. But it also does things where like the attack colors that enemies are just gray now. So you don't know if it's a blue one, a red one. So I was kind of like, as much as I love
that's
this
a little
effect,
too hard for me.
a little too hard in a
Little
game
too
that's
hard.
already a little difficult. So I am just playing it on normal mode right now. But I figured after a while I'll turn them on. My buddy Zach and I were talking about how it would be cool though if you could like have filters to turn on different aspects of the various of the various filters, like have Kurosawa mode, but still keep the like color indicators,
Like
or
do a
have
custom mode.
or like have the Samurai Champloo mode, but then have it with the original game soundtrack, but you wanted the more like neon colors, that kind of stuff. So it would be cool if you did that, because it is very much a one or nothing of it. But I mean, the base game in and of itself looks damn gorgeous as well. I've had to actively avoid photo mode, because I know if I don't, I will not get anywhere in the game, because I'll just be taking pretty pictures.
Yeah.
So so far, Ghost of Yotei, like I said, I'm only like 10-ish hours in. Fantastically great game. Again, I mean, it's just another one that I'm like, how is this going to stack up next to Claire, next to Silksong, and all these other ones to see how it's going to be.
I'm more interested to see how it stacks up against Ghost of Tsushima.
I am too, because Ghost of Tsushima, like, I know we never did a full, like wrap up review on it, but damn, what a game.
Yeah.
And like the story of Jin as a character, there were so many things in that game, just like the internal struggles that Jin felt, you playing those out as Jin, and like seeing how all those different things come to fruition was fantastic. Story was great, combat was great, bosses were great, and that seems to be continuing. The big thing I think is definitely going to be like what the emotional impacts and different stuff that the story is going to punch is going to throw at you. This, I think, is where it's going to really shine or not.
Do you think Atsu is going to succeed in her quest to total party kill the Ghost of the Yotei 6? Or do you think it's going to be the case of like a Last of Us 2? Where she gets to the end of her quest and then realizes that the leader of the Ghost of the Yotei 6 is actually her biological grandfather.
Oh my.
And they have a reconciliation, and her purpose in life dissipates, and then in her depression, she still ends her life regardless. That's what I think is going to happen.
Sure, maybe it will. I don't. But yeah, so I'll write that down, I'll jot that down, and see if it holds true. But yes, if you have been on the fence about it at all, Ghost of Yotei, not Tsushima, on both, are fantastic games that you should give a try. Once I wrap it up and everything, we'll come back with a final review of it. But for now, I think that does kind of wrap up my first impressions.
Nice.
I know, a little short, but like it's still, first impressions.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima unfortunately just didn't really land for me. Like, it was the wrong game at the wrong time.
I get that.
I think if maybe I were in a different mood, I would have continued playing it. But so Ghost of Yotei is a pass for me right now, but that might change.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a really good game.
It is. It's so far. It seems like it has the great bones. The
The
bones are there.
The bones
Let's
are
just
good.
see how the meat fills out.
I hate that. What a 0 out of 10 phrase.
All right, everybody.
boy.
But with that, like I said, we'll be coming at you soon with our Claire Obscure final review coming up. I guess we'll probably do that next.
I'm going to have to replay the game to remind
I'm
myself
sorry.
of everything that happened.
Strap yourselves
What
in,
a
because I can't even
burden.
tell.
Oh no,
Oh,
replaying
no.
the best game made in the past 15 years? Oh no.
It's quite a statement, but it's true. It's great. It's a great
true.
damn game.
It's the best game.
Speaking of that, we should at some point redo our top 10 games.
Wait, I had an idea.
Ooh.
Actually, it's a good thing that I remembered this. I feel like this was one of the ideas that I had when I was 1 Xanax and 2 Benadryls in on the plane.
The best ideas come to you
The
at that
best
time,
ideas.
at that point.
I think we should do a little challenge of top 10 games, no repeats. Meaning we can't do any game we've mentioned as a top 10 in the past.
So like new top 10
Totally
list.
new list
Honestly,
from scratch.
I think that's fair.
Cannot do any repeats.
Because those games are like, the ones that we've had on there before are like tried and true, like obviously Hall of Fame games, like that we will always love. Yeah, let's get some fresh blood in there.
My reasoning partially being that we are different people now. It has been many years.
10.
It has been 10
in a
years.
month from now.
We are so like...
We will be hitting our 10-year anniversary.
And just the way that you progress in life and the way that you absorb games differently, I might go back to that original top 10 list and say, well, yeah, objectively, those are 10 fantastic games.
But not
those
for
were
who
the
I
10
am.
fantastic games for who I was then.
I agree with
not
that.
who I am right now.
Well, I mean, because if you look at my list, a lot of those were games from childhood that I played because they were like the games I played and the only games I played in childhood. So they have that like special place. Now I'm a more learned adult with more games under my belt. I have different priorities now in my gaming. What am I looking for out of a game?
It'll be tough for me, though, because that means I can't put Paradise Killer on the list
I
again.
can't put Civ on the list.
I mean, I can kind of
can't put
cheat
Last of Us
because
on
I
the
can't
list.
put Hollow Knight, but I could put Silk Song.
I could put Last of Us Part 2.
Cheating! No, cheating! All right,
No, but we should do
that's
that.
the idea.
But yes, but also, since we're talking about that too, dates, whatever the hell we're going to do, TBD still. But do keep an eye out because we will be having some the Team Chat
Team Chat is
10-year
almost
celebrations
10.
coming up soon. Which wild.
We're almost in
Wild.
3rd grade.
Yeah.
How old are 3rd graders?
I don't know.
We don't have children.
I don't have real children.
We don't have
so
human
I don't
children.
have to keep up with that kind of
That
shit
kind of nonsense.
that other people have to rule their lives by.
The plebeians, not us. Anyways, Ghost of Yotei
Anywho,
sounds rad.
it
We've
is.
got our 10th anniversary coming up, and
Yes.
we're maybe going to redo our top 10 with like challenge mode. Challenge
yeah.
mode top
I like
10.
that. I like
and
that.
Claire Obscure final review coming very soon.
Yes. So stick around with us and hang out as we talk about all these video games, the ones we love, the ones we hate, and everything in between. And we will see you next time on the next episode of Team Chat Podcast.
Adios.
Bye.